Welcome back to our course, Network Analysis and Transmission Lines. In today's lecture, we will look into the concept of infinity line. That means the transmission line having a length of infinity, right? So what could be the equations with respect to the infinity line length? So in the previous class, we have gone through the general equations of the transmission line with respect to different parameters. And finally, we came across the equations of the voltages and the currents. So in this lecture, we will derive the expression for voltage and current for a transmission line of infinity length. Right. So these are the outcomes of our presentation. So by the end of this lecture, you can able to describe the concept of infinity line, and you are going to derive the expressions for voltage and current for a transmission line of infinity length. So why we require this infinity line analysis? So the propagation of electric waves along any uniform line may be deduced in terms of results for a line of infinity length having electrical constants per unit length identical to those of the line. So that means here any electrical signal which we are going to propagate through the any uniform line length, the results or the observations from it can be reduced in terms of the infinity line length. So which is going to have the constants, right, electrical constants per unit length identical to those of the normal line. So here, so for this let us consider a transmission line as shown in this figure having a length of infinity. So where we can describe here, this is the sending end and this is going to be our receiving end. So infinity line length means the distance x is going to be infinity, right, at the receiving end here. So now here, so when a signal is fed into the line of infinity length as shown in this figure, so it may not reach the destination or it may not reach the end within a finite time. So that means it is going to have, so it may have no effect at the input end. That means like short and open circuit conditions at the input end may not have the effect, right? So here for infinity line, so when an AC voltage is applied, so here at the sending end, so obviously some finite amount of current is going to flow. At the sending end, if we observe, some finite amount of current is going to get flow. So due to the shunt capacitance C and the conductance G. So the conductance G, shunt conductance G means it is also known as the leakage conductance. Right. So now if we voltage is applied, so what is the ratio of voltage applied to the current flowing? Because some finite amount of current is going to flow if we observe from the sending end, right? So the ratio of the voltage applied to the current is going to give the impedance, and that particular impedance is known as the input impedance. As it is the infinity line, so the input impedance of an infinity line is also known as the characteristic impedance of the line and is denoted using the symbol Z0. And this Z0 is going to be given by the ratio of the voltage applied to the current flow, right? So this SI is nothing but the sending end indication. So VSI is nothing but the sending end voltage, and ISI is going to be the receiving end, sending end current. Sending end means with respect to the input side. So input voltage to the input current is going to be the input impedance. The input impedance of this finite line is going to be our characteristic impedance of the transmission line, right? So as seen in this figure, so the input impedance here it is not going to have any effect on the, it is not going to have any effect on the input conditions here. That is the reason why the input impedance is known as the characteristic impedance. So for deriving the expression for the voltage and the currents of the transmission line having a length of infinity, so let us consider the general equations of the voltage and current for a transmission line at any point of distance x, which we have already derived in the previous lecture. So we know that what are those expressions here? The expressions are nothing but V is equal to A e power px plus B into e power minus px, and I is equal to C e power px plus B e power minus px. So where here A and B are nothing but the constants, and these are the dimension parameters with respect to the voltage. So these are the dimensions with having the voltage, right? So C and D are the constants and are the current parameters. So A, B, C and D are the constants over here. Right, these expressions, how we came across these expressions, we already derived in the previous lecture. So where here A e power px, this p is nothing but the propagation constant, and which is one of the secondary constants of the transmission line. So p is nothing but the propagation constant, which is going to given by p is nothing but p is equal to, as discussed previously, p is equal to root over z into y, root over z into y. What is z? Z is nothing but the series impedance, and y is nothing but the shunt conductance. What is series impedance? Z is going to be the, from this, let us obtain the expression, the say voltage and current expression for a infinity line length. So for this, so let us consider the infinity line length condition. So from the sending end and as well as the receiving end. So from the sending end, we know that the starting from the sending end, the distance x is going to be equal to 0, and the current is going to be, we are going, as we discussed, when an voltage is applied, the current I is going to be some finite. Let us consider that finite amount of current as ISI. ISI is the finite amount of current, which is nothing but the sending end current. Sending end current. So at the receiving end, when we are considering it is a infinity line length, the x is going to be infinity. X is going to be infinity, and the length is going to be equal to, so the current is going to be equal to 0, because the signal is going to get deteriorated when we are propagating through a transmission line of length L is equal to some infinity. So that means the signal is going to get lost its strength gradually when it is traveling from the distance from x to infinity. So let us consider at infinity condition, the length, the current is going to be the equal to 0. So if we consider the current is going to be equal to 0 here, so what could be our conditions? What could be our conditions here? If we look at here, the current x is equal to 0 means at the sending end, if we consider I is equal to, let us take the I value. So here let us take the I. So where I is equal to here, I is going to be, so if you substitute I, x, sending end conditions, I is equal to C into e power px, sending end means px, x is equal to 0. X is equal to 0 means e power px, e power 0. E power px means e power p into 0 over here. So plus d into e power minus p, e power minus p into 0. So that means here we are going to have, so c into e power p into 0 is going to be 1, e power 0 is going to be 1, minus p into 0, 0, so e power 0 is going to be 1. So I is going to be equal to, so if you consider it as the ISI, because we are taking the sending end conditions, I is equal to ISA, because some finite amount of current. The sending end x is equal to 0, that is length of the line is going to be equal to 0. So the signal is not yet traveled a distance. At the sending end initial conditions x is equal to 0, we have substituted. So C plus D, I is equal to C plus D, which is equal to ISI is equal to C plus D. Now this is the sending end. Now let us consider the receiving end conditions. At the receiving end conditions, if we apply the same conditions, x is equal to, so here x is equal to 0 here. So but x is equal to infinity, that means at the receiving end, that is at infinity length. So at x is equal to infinity, if we consider the same thing, I is equal to 0, right? I is equal to 0, so 0 is equal to C into e power infinity. C into e power infinity is going to be equal to infinity plus d into e power minus infinity, e power minus infinity. So that means which is equal to e power minus infinity is nothing but 0. So C into infinity, if you consider, it is nothing but the infinity plus e power infinity is nothing but 0 here. So that means e power minus infinity is equal to 0. That means here what you are going to have here, so 0 is equal to C into infinity. 0 is equal to C into infinity here. 0 is because C is a constant value here, we have to consider C equal to, this is 0. So finally we are having 0 is equal to C into infinity. So that means the value of C should be equal to 0. The value of C should be either the value of C should be equal to 0 or the value of infinity should be equal to 0. So the value of infinity cannot be equal to 0. We know that the value of infinity cannot be equal to 0 here. So we should not consider this condition. So if we remove this condition, so C is going to be equal to 0 here. So now substituting this C is equal to 0 over here, what you are going to have, ISA is equal to, what is ISA? ISA is equal to D. ISI is equal to D. So if ISI is equal to D, so now substituting these values in this equation, if ISI is equal to D over here and C is equal to 0 and ISI is equal to D over here, so what you are going to have here, the final expression what you are going to get,